Madam Akosia say wa akame hohoro mensa every bia ho dia mo do Broni if you say no the happiness and say all cause another woman pain. That's what she thrives on. It's a me mama no ke ye ne member. What you say me mofra dear of a friend say age. On person mo ba take a decision to come. But me member in fact e Japadian do be mama me ba no man no fa ma no. But they made in the brain you coming for the crown contest. One fa
really?
Yes, and I wouldn't. You know why? Because bear man and they say oh no. No.
Live in Ghana TV, never shall like a comment say a day and my dear trendy media so any day by so it's really a hot one pass. They are the one when it can be a Utinia updates ya upload the video now should be a hold dog and no intent when ye dear a trendy media so any akofa and the Abraham remuneration yakoswini Emra.
Yeah, but from Okra, money receipts. They say Bibia be provided. Because ya wada kra mo se angware ya dia. And ya mo be fro ya be ma mo receipt. We be receipt ya say wa fro ya da che be dia da say ofro me.
Time like
say what time ade fro ya nyina laptop say extra time to so. Bibia. Producer me da say. So ama me akwanya Sally
baby like
mo je microphone no ma me na say me wo je the side. What is CD man o say asha wo kra for take receipt o. E kro ma be dey rough. Dey mo here no. Just say mo hunu suo na nkasa. Man solve problem no. Man save society. Oh, enti oh, we have lost everything including this. Already no shekani no so say ubedi ohene atem. Ene ye di otumfo atem ye de anim. Ye di president atem. Ye dragi obia. We have lost that part. Ananke bon pese kakra society be dey ebe fixes eno so na ayese animonyama san ba panyi ho kan ni esuro panyi san ne mani nyina ni ho bi omo se aware kakra no so a ne anim say ya institution bi a ekuta yen no se de mo aye kire se emfa so ni so animonyamu ni ho na se bi aware de obi a wo problems won aware mu aware obi a ni ho ane de no eye te say the wedding itself. And you know, you don't depend on the problem to weaken the marriage institution. You don't say that. And then glorify what we are supposed to look down. What was that kind of no maybe yeah, your child was asio. Your child was so you say you musuo. Say you be you muso you glorify no. A dear into society will not get better. Would baby a do no home. You be worry mema be worry mema and they will justify it. Because the real life, as culture, tradition, the morals, if you are a problem, yes, you no your basis and kase, and unti plano, and then the whole level you pay. You don't say that. For course or my but they still call it marriage until some best a divorce. No, it is marriage. So don't justify it with basis elements of things that are possible. Say between see and will be our either by mutual agreement or by circumstance. What's the American? We should be human because we're humans before the laws. We made the laws, and the laws were made for us. Intino, Talia Kwaba.
Oh, and now I'm very emotional.
Yo, my sister. It is the society. It is not even about us. It is the precedents I are setting and how this is going to affect the society. Your man will not live to enjoy the lives we lived. Shekanini beto ya na kanswa. Me beto me mame. And that's how you. So we are wiping everything that is us. We are losing everything, and it is so painful that we are not looking at it from that angle. They're only considering the normal niyama etumisi wa man for our ase. What did the American say? They are justify. It be affecting morality. It be affecting your future, our way of thinking and doing things. What is the essence of marrying and sacrificing and being tolerant enough that your husband even testify in songs that this woman would allow me go and see other women, sleep with other women, have kids, and still be tolerant. So if she was tolerant for 17 years, for that same man to go on and have children with another woman, that justify that the woman was no more a wife, was not responsible, because she understood the man that she had stayed with all the years, and the things that the man has done over and over, and so she has become used to. So there was no cause for alarm because I know my husband. But I knew that one day, I didn't know that one day will be death. So in death, I am the wife, and you don't want to agree to this, sister? Kasayenti.
Oh, and then you're like, why are very emotional, and I completely understand that. Okay, I say Baha. I think it's a Thursday, mboa. Say can say
yeah. Baha Thursday, and you be doing come before the judgment.
Yeah, train verdict, and I'm a verdict, but verdict na anya no kware. To say they all come ho asam no na embra no eye enipa na hyehyɛ. Nti when it's time to shoot the narrative, betimi a twist it. I'm gonna save it and shoot your narrative. But one thing and then me per se yenya consolation if you say I'm glad Lumba died.
Tell us why.
First pa no na me so I didn't Lumba wu, but I'm glad say papa ne wu. Say be ya mama akosia say wa benya ne peace of mind. Lumba died so that the woman can actually see herself again as a woman. Because he was a constant reminder of the sacrifices and the pain I know I go through. No, it is a no. That's when you be I won't say you don't see the pain. Time no pain no will go. It's immediate. I sit here and I say I'm glad he died, and I'm glad he suffered before he died. Because no one can say why they also a bray or like 15 years. Say, why won't you suffer?
But must you say that?
I am saying
for
that
for the sufferation part.
No. He needed to go through that because you see, you can't cause people pain and expect to say what you say. We will be okay. You can't cause people pain and expect to say you'll be fine. Because from every indication, your system, your tradition, near the no, and boaware, hima, and boaware in a sense say, why a traditional marriage in a no? Because say titino, and I yet na Bema meboa, who ba, no akonebusia ho, akoye investigation, I shall say yare, or ana a dawanyama pia wo ansa, said your bani city, now about can say, oh, me who flower be of fear, and I'm pesa me day, me pluggy. The fact is say or shame ba nyina what we are seeing and what bow him I would do no say what kawana kume mu say or be dedicated to you. That's what it means. It's whether traditionally, whether legally, or be a warrior, no woman, born of a woman has the right to because or babe kotare home. Or be a justify court to justify say traditionally or warrior in the 90 like or warrior in 2010. Bayenshe Ben ya worry Madam Akosia sewa. They worry 1991. It's 19 years after the marriage. Now cry better home. Why are we not talking about that? Why are we not talking about say you so wrong to say or be a worry? No, but why are we not talking about that? But rather no, I say Endra Dazi TV I think guy na well channel na Diana no oko interview lawyer Kusino.
Okay.
He says something say everybody is looking at the half of their glass.
Yes.
What you say?
Yes.
But a former name if you want to ushieguma a shiegu asia na ba half no nobody is looking at that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so profound. Say boy need to be nyasa say we are looking at and so no half na bedroom no na down no san e bedroom half for this way. What are we talking about it? Why are we not talking about that? Because if we baby, ne bedroom baby, 19 years of sacrifice. Utien kofo semwa. Oni that the Lumba nyana na yen krata. Na so say Lumba jum boniti ne krata no sa anye ye. Anye ye mo betena Ghana. Obetena Ghana sister ni nya ne de. No de be ware o. Ko no Nyankopɔ pɛ se wo kire ne say, wonye ni papa. Eti ese wo ba de boa no humiliate no. Also ban a born humiliating. How can you so be a warrior? What kind of wasam? There's no single and you my year bar a bar woman. I could say what first. There's no new. It is sad na who yen yasena who prano or damn. No should I be bonum wabonte for us to see say you are a good husband. You deserve to die. A wona lumbe wuno. And what's woo not akosia sewa enya liberation. because maame no sister Busu Suffer when he said nanu ya 3 days ago me call me uncle ho say Lumba kwa osabe di me cousin echi I know person me cousin the crowd woman
102.9
what you say no that was his lifestyle. That was the person that he was. By a shielding, all because say I could say one who said he was her investment. It won't be cancer and say investment. That was her greatest mistake. That was some many greatest mistake. And oba me catch say a tradition any idea no a failure ko bema ko chiti said your boss bema dear and what's what no baba ko bema dear sa no yakupo bo bema so won chiti e he fa ne ba say Adam chiti ye onyakupo bo ba ni bema. So what are you talking about?
I know the man Becca said how I pen the ohundra.
Hello tia sa no nyakupo bo no
that's what they would say though.
Sa no nyakupo bo no ano nyakupo ma Adam die no yi ne mfe empario ana ode ye de ode bo Eve eti be ma bia be ware oba bibi free wo ho asa no ware oba no eti oba de say who holding in high esteem. The fact that we are not talking about the 19 years obi betare ho no, that is where the challenge is. That is where the challenge is. Ami pa me ne madam akosia say wa aka me hohoro mensa every bia ho dia mo do Broni if you say no the happiness and say all cause another woman pain. That's what she thrives on. It's a me mama no ke ye ne member what you say me mofra dia of a friend say age on person mo ba take a decision to come but me member in fact a Japadian do me mama me ba no man no fa ba no but they me dey brain nya coming for the crown contest one fa
really
yes and I wouldn't. You know why? Because bear man and they say oh no no that's the plain simple words. Any day no, me say anyum ye dey. What you say? Even 2019 na no worry. Odo Broni no allegedly no. What grant interview no. E wo andidosio. What say the yire ya ba akope?
He said it.
What kai say the yire ya ba akope? It is a when you shameless. I can man what denounce you wa bontia denounce wa bontia so much. Akawu you know be ba pray ho. For be and pray home. Madam Akosia say wa Lumba had to die. But Akosia say wa to walk free. Lumba had to suffer. But Akosia say wa had to go to say a kuno allegedly. See me and he deserved everything that was done to him that day. I will woo ye.
No, I'm not
considerate. Lumba has never been considerate of the feelings of Emma. He has never been considerate of Emma. Say me kasache okwan ono na sate tutugu na enkofo asum say eyire na ware no court no na ye fake. Say wono a be ma okopo ba okopo vagina ewrem.
Men are capable.
Be ma okopo vagina as young as 60 70 ewrem.
Nyense so kan ni na.
Asem nyina obeka bi wo wiase.
Ohima
obeka no ba chimifo no so obefa no so no na so wagye edi. Oba na wagimi a wadwene wo fom no na so wagye edi. Ana wode na ewu ma na wode na ewu ma ana wode na me say wonim say verdict ne baaye no hima enkofo efre me say no we said the advocacy aye ni nyina no people were actually listening.
Yeah, very well. And majority of the people no wanted the other side.
Exactly.
Or they wanted a different.
Exactly.
I mean, like decision. I don't know why.
Me say
it a few people.
Because no, yeah.
And I fall for this decision. Majority of the people were all waiting to hear that Akosia say, "Wow, the wishes is granted, glorified as the wife."
All the people that are supporting a friend is Akosia say, "Odobro."
Even Omukra as a man undercover because they are Omukra ashamed of what they are supporting on any moral ground, any moral basis.
They didn't see better. Those people supporting Odobro, in their homes, they never saw better. What I say? It does so my mamenum, Edin Krofo Kunumachi. And I say, what I say, almost sistanum. So they didn't see anything growing up. It's what they know is that you can be a side piece and be comfortable with it. But Oba, so your bar. No, your ban on where fair or bar what why can't you also have your own man? It was what yes, and then I saw some young girls on a TV station jubilating. Omaniaje. Sakosia Sewa is being humiliated. Beba moso. Beba mo maso. Amaye mo ya.
Ubenya betu de nyeduabo.
Beba moso.
Da weni mo twa.
What you say? And there are certain people that are same way by ya. I'm cool with them. I'm beginning to question. Say whether or not I should ever
associate
be cool
with
them. Because me no, my foundation in a Bible-based principle. Na me de tena we ase. It will be a based in Ibeno. You can never be my friend. And I was questioning somebody that said, I don't a side chick, because the way that the person spoke, no, I thought that the person was a level-headed person. What you say, who say, but if that person is not seeing better. If you want ni papa, funny mammy, it won't. Papa biya day.
Oh, say and the sad part of it, you're normalizing Myanmar can nanke chiwade. Ne ye musuo. You know, but I'm not surprised that people die too young.
Of course.
What a shock. Young girl, 23 years, 31, 27,
Because of Sanya.
Unfortunately, when they die, they don't come back to tell. If you are a photo,
what's I say?
And I'm sure it is because on social media, from the courts and our grounds, and I hear people saying that, hey, this time, of course,
it's a Bible kai. Bible can say, Nipe do anobejo.
Yeah.
People are heartless. Just a to the bad dia obe feel it. But a to be an alternate one day obe feel it. So me, I want Madam Akosia Sewa to take consolation from the fact, say, the man died so that she can live a peaceful life. Because to me build you be. What you say?
Yeah.
Na so anani bibi. The family ni betray Akosia Sewa. The family members ni including Mame Noa, ni sister Noa, a friend say Enesina. Including her, Akosia Brempoma, because she revelations be a buyer Noa. What you say? Almost so normalize it, say, oh, side chick is you better me the nakasa.
And of course, what do you say? Whoever that is supporting the other side, have something to gain.
Yeah.
But the rightful woman, so supporting her, rightfully now, so she decides to give you something or not.
Yeah.
But here the lady knows that no.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, here mo be lobby.
Yep.
Na amana sa baby waiting us. Yep. Omo nyina so a percentage.
Yes.
Wo mo be in the end. So I'm not surprised.
Thankfully, omo mo di odo Broni achi nyina so no. Ye jeja wo mo. Because of suba bonny. Asha wo sem. Omo said omo vagina come mema. Omo so omo nyina no anim guase tare omo vagina ye jare wo mo. Enti how would they know better? How would they know better? They wouldn't. What I say, and me, one of the things growing up say, me making me who say, obi owokunu. Why say me who say or the same na me who no matter baby I met drew because it downplays the principle and me uphold.
It
downplays it. It is a wound what bakono di wa chokra no. What did person mention? I say later you got to know. And what you got to know, no, what did you do with it? It's Ohima Lumba had to die for Akosia Sewa to be liberated. Lumba had to die. Sebi Akosia Sewa and who pain. I went who for almost 30-something years of in a life. No? I want her to take consolation because when baby Andra, Aisha Modi. Is it Aisha Modi, right?
Yeah, Aisha Modi. She loves the boy.
Yes. She says something for the first time.
I realized people commented and said, no, for the first time,
yes.
She love is making a lot of positive.
Because what she said, they say who couldn't break the sanctity, right? Yeah. Sanctity of your marriage.
Yeah.
Constantly. What you say, no, the baba, at the point, you will say, your baby are on ye.
What brand? Even though you don't bother much about what
because said you sit here say it
will not be worth it.
It concentrate on your kids, and I feel say Aisha couldn't have put everything that you said.
Sister. Must we say a man or mobile trainer or munti a janumuja yay? Now your mommy had to suffer alone.
I'm telling you,
take care
single
of her
parents.
and all that.
Yes.
Now your papa no more chele at the time. Or befa ma 1, 2, 3 Libya be one ade. Now say later about Drew said the title kakao. This one that we are talking, it not be anything. It be just the title as a woman who has stood over the years as a wife, gone through all the challenges. Our rear, your film. Obi a worry be related to what we are discussing. I just obi on worry I was uncle.
Any baby mamas, no.
Of course, they don't have that.
They don't exactly.
They don't.
Because
so
they are okay.
So more arguments, no. It is because they have not experienced it. They have not. If they have, they would understand. Akosia sewa. They would and they will not just make unnecessary condemnation of calling her irresponsible. Are you serious? Are you
irresponsible.
Like seriously, we are a joke.
I'm telling you,
we are not serious.
Broni. Property Broni, you will never have it. Ana ebi krade japade no benya, but I pray and say ube wari obema foforo. No so de na adwena ye dey. E beatiu age niam ni nyina afri wonsem. You will never be happy. Causing that woman that pain. You will never be happy because no trani kuno ho. Ana oba ho. Whether traditionally or legally. Say a friend say ohima say o worry illegally. CS 2004 no worry. Meboa.
Yeah.
Ewo embremu. Ewo German. Let's say 21 years and asani e kanwa. Yes, you worry odo Broni time bay. 2010. Allegedly. It's worry even what now worry ni nyina ba ya nsa na wo de neighbor. There's no justification for that. It's every single pain that you are causing a year akosia say wa no. Odo Broni, you will face it 10 million times. And the sad and open that one pass. Abonsa no ka say ade amede ye mami because with him she was just looking on go ya catch us or call beba.
Exactly my point.
Oh,
because of him no what him say akwa ba tell the foforo obekwa aba now so abrase 2018 no o decide this will be jai be man and ko nya obi eso ni musa mame jiwa japade half ne ko kasa abrei ko do Broni be eno na yam from so a Kosia se wa ya eye me yama.
Na wonim, se ye ka kire ne se sa na aware tie.
Eye me yama ma no pa.
Oba, wo ka so obeja wo uja ya kwa he na se one Charles.
Obrego ya o.
Obeba Charles di obeba. Charles di obeba. Sa. De se nko di.
Obeba no asan be bonyo fofra asan.
Asama. What ya se fupu na wo de
kwa. Me la Charles.
Friend say eye Charles Kojofo so. Otina hoyi. Wo she mani mienu a from omo wake to omo ntade shim. It tells you say he was a terrible human being.
Why?
Now Lumba din awaji. Ne ho kire ne yire
what ya say o hwe ne yire no mo. Ne yire no a.
What you say?
E na de ya force ya ka ho
na wo she odo Broni na wo so mame akosia say wa. Omo depict obi a.
Lumba yire no sa wo ho. Just en kase ye hu shepe.
But wa despite yire.
But maybe
what would despite yire? What would kwadwantwe yire? Okay, mame brown the level of the musicians. What would kwadwantwe yire? What would man marry that amachi de yire?
Yeah.
What amachi de day is one manner. Me salute no. Amachi de day. No matter what, ne yiri oba marry.
Angel.
Man marry. Sa na kwadwantwe. Eso so oba meboa Rockling.
Yeah.
One fani ndi agro.
Come up.
So mu wo side pieces bi mpokora no a they will let you know say where there. Then na abre. Shame on that Lumba and I'm glad he's dead.
Well, according to Mann, on reaction towards verdict anano efiada. Modi aba besesa na mam wo kroma sese obi amfa ne honnyim se kawa no fa so he papa bia na eja manu aba haban wo wi ase enti Sally then and you're done, right?
Yes, I'm done.
You've made
it and I make sure say
yeah.
Ma
a man I no to a for my
no, what it is, and say me, I feel say,
yeah.
Sanyama when you na try say, don't make a man your all because they are not doing the same for you. I worry now with Tinemuno. Me tell say me mofra.
I love your tree though.
What you say? Me tell me mofra. In as much as say be a bema be ya de ama wo mo no. Me akasa me ye bi ma wo mo because bema onya ko boss rutu agon bia ba akwa. Forget it professor wo mbofra.
O sia okrada.
What you say? Be forget it.
Mo kra na hi.
Oh sir, I'm working.
My
say
lord.
Be ya metumi an ye
I love you Sally.
Ama me mofra. Say be ya so okoju oba fufu bi achi a. Ya me ka say enkura no kura no.
Well, this is mo no an here na at that point.
So sir, enti no ana me so no. What I when you are able to build something for your own self, bema wo kura pressure pade ho.
Exactly.
Pressure pade ho.
Exactly.
What you say? Ana ye no so e kita Bible no. Ne what we know ni say, sanya ma we nya ka kitwe bi.
Yeah.
Na free ho. Tu pray ho. Ti madam akosia say wa, me so minim so wo Germany fie wo few things I only that the Lumba ye. Take consolation in the fact say you built a man that later became ungrateful. You built a man. What you say? We are saying you idolize na because of wo wuntino. What you say? Wo boni odia ye wuntino oda ho yare so fire. You should be grateful. You should be grateful, right. Say. No, but unim boni aye no. Obi wi ade a se ebunum owu.
Yeah.
Enye na ketia no wanya wo ho no. Yeah. Asad onyankopon aketia so beba no. Wanya na ketia wo ho, wo se boni aketia ne den. Wo.
Okay.
But what did I mention? I say, 80 Lumba chia ne boni a what na wiase so ne day. Eka. 80 emma because from the little that I've gathered, you know, Lumba was everything for Akusia Sewa. Everything for Akusia Sewa.
Yeah.
It's you know, don't make a man everything of your life. Live your life.
Na se BBC.
A vow.
Yeah.
He's a human being. He can break it.
BBC, exactly.
Sebe ya.
Timenye ukunu wadi.
No.
So BBN.
Ade wo ye nipa.
Investment to BBN.
What you say?
Be careful.
Because owua.
Surprises wait to me
aba. Be show say you are not the only person in Pokro de wawo. And all the people supporting Akusia Sewa shall be well with you. Because mama no.
Amen.
Amen. Unim adia ba ko so am pese wo ye.
Omo ye nipa o obi o support Akusia Sewa bia.
Unim adia am pese me pese o hima wo ye.
Yeah.
Me pese o sa true book. Title Akusia Sewa.
It won't be bad at all.
Na sika na wa lusi wo. Be ma osisifo na wa wu no ho no.
Ontwa ye nkyeremu.
Ka wo onkyeremu.
Na we are sense.
No, so fan building home up.
Great. A very solid one.
Shall I just comment? I'm hopeful any dia show. Also, I was showing up a run advert. And for amount your number no. And down a fat ne free but also near new Eddie a ye juma. I had a light in Ghana TV. We did the actual Broni.